Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm the guitar consultant. Welcome to another video, and this one is about overpressurization. Do you press the guitar too hard with your left hand when you play guitar? If you think you do, you absolutely do, and you do it a lot. If you think you might, you do. If you're not sure if you do or you don't, you do, okay? And even if you think, I'm probably pretty good, you probably do a little bit. Most people overpressurize to one degree or another, and even if you're conscious of this topic, you still have to go back and kind of clean up once in a while, because guitar and life and being a human being is stressful, and we have a nice little pipeline for connecting the stress of life, especially the stress of playing guitar, to physical pressure. It's just sort of a thing that we do, and we have to sort of deprogram ourselves, or else we'll be putting down way more pressure we need. This will translate into pain in the tips of your fingers, very, very obviously. Exhaustion, fatigue. You'll just get tired after playing guitar for a while, which you really kind of shouldn't. A sense of slowness, heaviness. Everything sort of seems like it's walking through mud. When you fix this, it's going to be odd. It's like you've been walking around in lead shoes for your whole life and somebody took them off. Like, it's going to be a little bit disorienting, and then you get used to it, and then it's fantastic. So, how do we know we overpressurize? Well, we have to conduct a scientific experiment, so to speak, and I'm using science extremely loosely, but it is an experiential technique. Okay, so basically what you're doing is we want to show our bodies and our minds what the proper amount of pressure actually is. We're not actually interested in the amount of overpressurization we're doing. Okay, one of my rules is don't worry about what's wrong, think about what's right and what you would rather have instead, and that's far, far more productive. So here's a simple thing we can do, and try it with try it today, and you might be very, very, very surprised. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pointer finger and we're going to place it on a string of our guitar. By the way, this could be electric, acoustic, bass. It works fine for all of these instruments. We place our finger close to a fret on one string. Which string? Your choice, but do try different strings at different times. Move around, go higher, go lower. Which fret? Your choice. Try higher, try higher, try lower. Do this with different fingers after you've done it with the index. I'm going to do 3rd fret on the B string, okay? Because hey, that's a D note, and it's a fine note to play, I suppose. So I'm going to place my finger very, very lightly on the string. I like to call this touch position, okay? And I place it lightly on the string. I strike it with my pick, and I get kind of a dead kind of clucking sound. That's exactly what you want at this phase. The next thing we're going to do requires a lot of mindfulness. As slow as you can, you're going to apply more and more pressure, bit by bit. Now what we're looking for is what I call the buzz zone. The buzz zone is the spot between a clean note and this dead sound. It's kind of, we can think of it as a crappy note, okay? It's not normally a thing you want to hear. But here it's very, very important, because when you're in the buzz zone, you are almost doing the right thing. You are almost applying enough pressure. Once you actually get a clean note, you could have 3 times the pressure down that you actually need to play that note, and you wouldn't know the difference necessarily. So what we do is we go cluck, 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 dead sound. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Buzz zone. Continue a little bit more. And all of a sudden, the buzz zone will clean up in an instant to a normal, clean guitar note. But once you've done that, and you have that clean note, you back up. Go back to the buzz zone. Go back to the clean note. Go back to the buzz zone. Start examining where the line you have to cross actually is. Move yourself to the far side of the line. No good, no good, no good, no good. And tell yourself the moment you cross, that's the amount of pressure I need. Then examine how much pressure you casually put down. You might be horrified. You go, oh my God, it's like 4 or 5 times heavier. Well, don't be horrified. You should be gleeful to know that you have found a major, major sticking point in your playing. And you know how to fix it. Okay, well, now that I've actually examined this and I found that I'm massively overpressurizing, or maybe even somewhat overpressurizing, what do? Do this with different fingers in different places. In other words, introduce each finger to the concept. You may find for many people that the pinky is actually a massive overpressurizer. It has such an inferiority complex that it tends to overcompensate. And then, when you try a chord, like a C, for instance, try it with different fingers. And, again, this is experiential. If you are trying to find the exact amount that you need, you'll probably use a little bit more naturally. Most people do, just about everybody, unless you're like Alan Holdsworth or something like that. But the idea is we're trying to shave a lot off. Now, the thing that you're going to notice is when you actually get this going is you're going to have this weird sense that you're cheating. It's like if you went to your favorite restaurant where you usually pay, $70 for a meal, and they charge you $12. You're just like, that's not right. Something's wrong here. No. We're overcharging you the whole time, turns out. It's actually worth $12. You'd be a little shocked. You'd have a hard time accepting that that's actually the way it's going. And when you start using this, you might be a little shocked, like, that can't be it. That can't be it. It has to be more. Remember that your emotional system is still kind of going, no, it has to be a death grip or it won't work. While your actual logic and experience tells you it can be way, 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 way lighter than that. What we're going to do is, just try this on out, and you can do this with bar chords, single notes, and you say, oh yeah, well this sounds great, Steve, but this is like starting over. Like I'm almost at square one. This is going to take me months to redo. I tell you that it won't. Okay. It is true that you're taking an aspect of your playing, a very, very fundamental aspect of your playing, and you're adjusting it in a very, very fundamental way. So yes, it does feel a little bit like starting over. But a lot of your other aspects, such as finger placement, knowledge, memorization, that's all the same. That's all going to work exactly the same. The second thing is that your body is going to be on your side with this because your fingers did not like that overpressurization. It is not something they enjoyed. And when you show them that it can be done with less and you kind of stick to your guns on it, they're going to come around pretty quickly and they will thank you. You will thank yourself. What can you expect after this? Simple. You'll play faster. You'll play easier. Things will be more fun. You might find yourself even learning quicker now that you've taken a couple of bricks off the load, so to speak. You won't get tired. You won't get sore. Do this no matter your level, and if you stick to it and you do this seriously, I promise you nothing but good things will happen for you. Hope this helps. Bye.